Welcome to Islamic Tales Hub, the place where we uncover the hidden pages of Islamic history and explore the stories that shaped our faith. Today, we'll journey back to the earliest days after the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, a time when the Muslim Ummah was united under one message, but soon faced disagreements that would echo for centuries. After the passing of the Prophet, PBUH, the Muslim community found itself at a crossroads. The question was not about faith or belief. It was about leadership. Who should guide the Ummah after the Prophet? One group believed that the next leader should be chosen through consultation among the companions. This viewpoint would later shape what we know today as the Sunni tradition. Another group, however, believed that Ali ibn Abi Talib, R.A., the cousin and son-in-law of the Prophet, was divinely chosen to lead. This belief laid the foundation of the Shia school of thought. The roots of this difference go back to a significant moment, the event of Ghadir Khum. It was there that the Prophet, PBUH, addressed his followers, raising Ali's hand and saying, "For whomever I am his Mawla, Ali is his Mawla." Before we start, join our community at Islamic Tales Hub, subscribe and help spread the truth about our history. Some companions interpreted this as a statement of respect and honor, while others understood it as a declaration of leadership. That moment became the center of deep discussion, shaping two interpretations of the same event. After the Prophet's passing, Abu Bakr was chosen as the first caliph, marking the start of the Rashidun Caliphate. While most Muslims accepted his leadership, a group continued to believe that Ali, R.A., had been the rightful successor. This difference, though initially political, would gradually grow into a religious and cultural divide within the Ummah. As time passed, the early caliphs, Abu Bakr, R.A., Umar, R.A., and Uthman, R.A., led the Muslim Ummah with strength and expansion. Islam spread rapidly from Arabia into Persia, Syria, and Egypt. But during the rule of Caliph Uthman, R.A., internal tensions began to grow. Some groups accused certain governors of corruption, and protests started to rise. Despite his efforts to maintain unity, Uthman, R.A., was tragically martyred in his own home. This incident shook the entire Muslim world, and it was at this moment that Ali ibn Abi Talib, R.A., became the fourth caliph. Ali, R.A., was known for his wisdom, justice, and deep connection with the Prophet, PBUH. But his leadership began during a time of deep division and unrest. Many demanded justice for Uthman's death, especially Aisha, R.A., Talha, R.A., and Zubair, R.A., who wanted the killers to be punished before anything else. Ali, R.A., however, believed that stability and peace had to be restored first before any action could be taken. This disagreement sadly led to one of the most painful moments in early Islamic history, the Battle of Jamal, the Battle of the Camel. It was a tragic war between Muslims themselves, fought not out of hatred but out of confusion and conflicting priorities. After this battle, another conflict followed. The Battle of Siffin, between Ali, R.A., and Muawiyah, R.A., the governor of Syria and relative of Caliph Uthman, R.A. This battle also ended without a clear victory, as both sides agreed to arbitration, a decision that further divided opinions. Some followers of Ali, R.A., were unhappy with this decision, feeling that arbitration weakened his authority. From among them emerged a new group, later known as the Kharijites, who rebelled against both Ali, R.A., and Muawiyah, R.A. Eventually, Ali, R.A., was martyred by a Kharijiti assassin while praying in the mosque of Kufa. His death marked the end of the Rashidun Caliphate and the beginning of a new chapter, the Umayyad dynasty under Muawiyah, R.A. After the martyrdom of Ali, R.A., leadership passed to Muawiyah, R.A., who established the Umayyad Caliphate with its capital in Damascus. Under his rule, the Muslim empire continued to expand politically and economically. But the wounds of internal division still remained open. Muawiyah, R.A., was known as a skilled leader and administrator. But his decision to appoint his son Yazid as successor created deep controversy. Many companions believed that the caliphate should not become a hereditary rule. It should remain a system of consultation and merit. Among those who strongly disagreed was Imam Hussein, R.A., the beloved grandson of the Prophet Muhammad, PBUH. When Yazid demanded allegiance from Hussein, R.A., he refused, not because he wanted power, but because he believed that injustice and corruption were spreading under Yazid's rule. For Imam Hussein, R.A., silence against oppression was impossible. So he set out from Medina towards Kufa, where he had received letters of support from the people. But before he could reach safety, his caravan was stopped by Yazid's forces at a place called Karbala. It was here, in the scorching desert, that one of the most heartbreaking events in Islamic history took place. Hussein, R.A., along with his small group of family and companions, including women and children, was surrounded and denied water for days. Despite being offered the chance to surrender, he stood firm in his faith, refusing to bow to injustice. On the 10th of Muharram, known as Ashura, Hussein, R.A., and his brave companions were martyred. This tragedy of Karbala became a turning point, not just politically, but spiritually and emotionally for the Muslim world. For the Shia community, it became a symbol of sacrifice, resistance, and standing for truth. For the Sunni community, it remained a painful and honorable chapter, the martyrdom of the Prophet's beloved grandson. Though both sides viewed it differently, they shared the same sorrow and respect for the family of the Prophet, PBUH. The pain of Karbala echoed through generations, deepening the emotional divide that began as a political disagreement centuries earlier. After the tragedy of Karbala, the Muslim world was never the same again. The grief, anger, and sorrow spread across the Ummah, especially among those who loved the family of the Prophet, PBUH. For many, the martyrdom of Imam Hussein, R.A., became a symbol of standing against tyranny, no matter the cost. Over time, what had started as a political disagreement slowly evolved into a theological and cultural division. Different scholars, leaders, and communities began to form their own interpretations of Islam's history and leadership. The Sunni majority believed that the leadership of the Ummah should be chosen through shura, consultation and consensus, focusing more on the unity of the community. They held deep respect for all the companions of the Prophet, PBUH, including Abu Bakr, R.A., Umar, R.A., Uthman, R.A., and Ali, R.A. On the other side, the Shia followers believed that imamat, the spiritual and political leadership, was divinely assigned to the family of the Prophet, beginning with Ali, R.A., and continuing through his descendants. They viewed the imams not just as leaders, but as guides chosen by Allah for the protection and purity of Islam. As centuries passed, these differences influenced not only theology, but also culture, rituals, and traditions. The remembrance of Karbala became a central part of Shia identity, marked every year on Ashura with mourning, poetry, and processions that honor the sacrifice of Imam Hussein, R.A. Meanwhile, among Sunnis, Ashura remained a day of fasting and reflection, remembering both the trials of the Prophet Musa, A.S., and the martyrdom of Hussein, R.A. The Abbasid and later Safavid empires further deepened the sectarian lines through political motives, often using religion to gain power. Wars, propaganda, and mistrust continued to widen the gap between the two sects. But at the same time, many scholars from both sides worked hard to promote peace, dialogue, and unity, reminding Muslims that despite their differences, they share the same Quran, the same Prophet, and the same message of Islam. The division, though painful, became part of Islamic history, a reminder of how political struggles can shape faith and identity for generations. The story of the Sunni and Shia division is not just about conflict. It's about how history, leadership, and human emotion can shape the destiny of nations. From the passing of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, to the tragic events of Karbala and beyond. Each moment teaches us something powerful about unity, justice, and faith at its heart. Both Sunnis and Shias share the same foundation, the belief in one Allah, the Holy Quran, and the final messenger Muhammad, PBUH. Their practices, interpretations, and historical perspectives may differ, but their love for Islam remains the same. The lesson that history whispers to us is simple yet profound. Division weakens, while unity strengthens. When Muslims stood together, they built civilizations of knowledge, art, and justice. But when politics and pride tore them apart, enemies of Islam found opportunities to exploit those cracks. In today's world, as the Ummah faces new challenges, the story of Sunni and Shia reminds us that our greatest strength lies not in labels, but in understanding, respect, and compassion. We may not agree on every historical detail, but we can still walk the same path of peace and devotion that the Prophet PBUH taught. Let this story not be a reason to divide, but a reason to learn, to reflect, and to unite once more. This was Islamic Tales Hub, where we explore the truth, wisdom, and forgotten pages of Islamic history. If you found this story meaningful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more untold tales from the golden past of Islam. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.